Have you ever judged someone too quickly, only to realize later you were completely wrong? That's exactly what happened to Mark Taylor, an Australian businessman running a digital firm in Cebu City, Philippines. The office was quiet that morning, the air conditioner humming gently as Mark sat behind his sleek glass desk. Across from him stood Daniel, a soft-spoken Filipino employee with kind eyes and a careful tone. Mark had received a client complaint the day before. "Your staff's English sounds unprofessional," the email said. For Mark, who built his business on proving Filipinos could match Western standards, that single line hurt his pride. So when Daniel walked in, Mark didn't hesitate. "Daniel," he said firmly, "your communication isn't at the level we expect. I'm afraid we have to let you go." Daniel didn't protest. He didn't argue. He just nodded softly and said, "I understand, sir. Thank you for the opportunity." That line, simple, respectful, dignified, followed Mark for the rest of the day. He told himself it was just business, but deep down, something about that calm acceptance unsettled him. It wasn't weakness, it was grace. And he didn't realize it yet, but this quiet man he just fired would become his greatest teacher. Mr. Harrison believed in rules, results, and the Western way. He expected his Filipino team to communicate like his colleagues back in Sydney. Clear, unaccented English above all. Politeness was weakness to him. Indirectness, inefficiency. He never saw the cultural richness behind his team's words or the value of pakikisama, getting along. To him, perfect English was the only measure of professionalism. Ben's firing was a message: meet the standard, or you're out. He never considered Ben's other talents, his kindness, his work ethic, his respect among peers. One client's complaint erased all of Ben's positive qualities in Mr. Harrison's eyes. The narrow Western lens blinded him to the true value of his team. He failed to see that intelligence and skill come in many forms. For Mr. Harrison, accent was everything. And that single complaint was enough to end Ben's career. After being fired, Ben took a deep breath and looked Mr. Harrison in the eye. "Thank you for the opportunity, sir," he said, voice steady. No excuses, no anger, just acceptance and quiet strength. Mr. Harrison was unsettled by Ben's calm. Ben paused at the door. "I wish you and the company all the best." His sincerity left Mr. Harrison speechless. Ben walked through the office, colleagues watching in silence. He packed his things, a photo, a few books, a plant, smiling gently at his friends. He shook hands, offered encouragement, and left without complaint. Ben's actions spoke louder than words. He showed how to handle adversity with grace. As he left, the team realized they hadn't just lost a coworker, they'd witnessed true dignity. Ben's quiet strength would not be forgotten. The day after Ben's firing, the office was gloomy. Mr. Harrison overheard Maria and Jose at the water cooler, speaking in Tagalog about Ben. "He speaks 7 languages," Maria said, fluently. Mr. Harrison was stunned. He'd thought Ben struggled with English. Jose listed them: Tagalog, Cebuano, Ilocano, Spanish, Japanese, Korean, and English. Ben learned them for family, for love of culture, to help others. "He's a genius with languages," Maria added. The revelation hit Mr. Harrison hard. He realized he'd judged Ben's intelligence by a single flawed metric. He'd mistaken accent for inability. The depth of Ben's talent had been invisible to him. Mr. Harrison had fired not just an employee, but a uniquely gifted individual. The truth was humbling. He returned to his office, his confidence shattered. The weight of his mistake began to sink in. Alone in his office, Mr. Harrison replayed Ben's firing in his mind. 7 languages, he thought, regret growing. He looked at the client's complaint. Now it seemed petty. Had he failed Ben, not the other way around? He noticed Ben's absence. The team struggled with a Cebuano-speaking driver, fumbled with Japanese tourists. Ben had been the bridge, the connector. Mr. Harrison realized he'd valued perfect English over true communication. Each day, the regret deepened. Ben's kindness and skills had held the team together. Mr. Harrison knew he'd broken a vital link. The mistake was clear. He had to make it right. The lesson was painful, but necessary. Driven by regret, Mr. Harrison sought out Ben. He found him in his vibrant neighborhood, helping elders read letters, guiding lost tourists, switching languages with ease. Ben was more than a polyglot. He was a bridge in his community. Mr. Harrison watched as Ben connected people, solved problems, and spread kindness. In 1 hour, Ben used 4 languages to help others. Mr. Harrison realized he judged Ben by the wrong standard. Communication was more than grammar. It was empathy, action, and connection. Ben's true talent was building bridges, not just speaking words. Mr. Harrison felt humbled. His narrow view of language had been shattered. He saw Ben's value in a new light. The lesson was clear. Real communication transcends accent. Mr. Harrison knew he had to apologize. Mr. Harrison approached Ben, awkward but sincere. "I was wrong," he admitted. "I fired you for your English, but I failed to understand." He described what he'd seen, Ben's connection with people, his gift for languages. "I judged you by your accent and ignored everything else. I'm truly sorry." Ben listened, then nodded. "Thank you for saying that, sir. My grandmother always said the best language is a kind heart." Ben shared his story. He learned languages to connect with family and help others, not for a career. Each language was a bridge to someone he loved. Mr. Harrison listened, humbled. They sat at a cafe, talking about dreams and the true meaning of communication. Ben's philosophy was simple. Understanding matters more than perfect words. Mr. Harrison realized he'd been wrong about what makes a great communicator. The conversation changed him. It was a lesson in humility and respect, a turning point for both men. Days later, Mr. Harrison called a team meeting. He apologized for firing Ben and for his narrow-mindedness. "I was wrong to value perfect English over real connection," he said. He announced Ben's return, not as a regular employee, but as head of cross-cultural communication. Ben would train staff, bridge cultures, and use all his languages to connect people. The team erupted in applause as Ben entered. Ben led workshops on empathy and cultural understanding, not just grammar. He rewrote company guidelines to be more inclusive. When a Japanese client complained, Ben solved it with a patient video call in Japanese. Ben became the heart of the office, connecting management and staff. Mr. Harrison learned to listen and understand his Filipino team. The company thrived. Client satisfaction and morale soared. Ben's true value was clear. He built bridges where there were once walls. The workplace was transformed. Months later, the company flourished. Mr. Harrison had changed, more patient, a better listener, even taking Tagalog lessons from Ben. The story of Ben's firing became a local legend, a lesson in humility and redemption. Mr. Harrison started language and cultural exchange programs led by Ben. The man once fired for bad English was now a celebrated communicator and community hero. Mr. Harrison learned communication isn't about perfect grammar, but about empathy and connection. True intelligence is bridging gaps and showing compassion. The most powerful language is kindness. It needs no translation. It's spoken through respect, sincere apologies, and an open heart. This language connects people, heals wounds, and turns mistakes into hope. Ben's story proved that dignity and understanding matter most. In the end, kindness was the bridge that changed everything.